Hello, beloved listeners, and welcome to Sneeple at the Movies, film criticism by people who actually like film. Join us as we dive into movies we love, movies we respect, and movies we wish we could unsee. From the kids who are coming soon to own on video and DVD, it's Sneeple at the Movies. I'm Matty.
I'm Helena.
And I'm Ben.
Now, Ezra, this week, we got Ben, producer Ben, who is our friend, who is also on Swalab, another Infinity Break show, and is also on Chaos on Stereo with me every Tuesday. Just had a moment where I was like, when do Ben and I stream? I don't remember.
When do you stream? Every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. Pacific Standard, or Daylight Time, depending.
To be fair, we didn't stream this week, so it threw my groove off.
I'm sorry, you've thrown off the podcaster's groove.
No!
Yeah, so no, Ezra,
how appropriate.
Ben instead. Hurrah, everybody start clapping.
Hurrah.
Really, Ezra Jr. in many ways.
I would say so.
Last time we recorded all three of us together, and now I know we actually had a theme for that last episode, but all I can remember from that episode is devolving into a conversation about the Dark Universe.
Yeah, which is why our group chat is the Dark Universe Appreciators. Was that the Scream episode?
Yeah, so the last time I was on was, quote-unquote, the John Wick of horror movies.
Yeah.
Which was the episode in which we talked about Scream. However, I think our Dark Universe chat might actually be from the second time I was on the show.
That, I'll buy that.
I think it's from earlier.
This is how bad my memory is. Yeah.
Because,
I don't remember.
So I've been on 3 times. It was the first one was Bottle Horror. The second one was an extended What We Sneep, where we just shot the shit about movies. And then the third one was the John Wick of horror movies. And I think the Dark Universe one is from the second one.
Okay.
See, this is how bad my memory is. I'm just saying, that's my core memory is what we unearthed. And I almost went back for this episode to watch a Dark Universe trailer. Such as,
it's not too late. Go ahead and open
from
up
the
YouTube.
bottom of my heart. Truly from the bottom of my heart, it was like watching, this must be the pride, like when a dad watches like their kid take their first steps or whatever. It was a delight to introduce you to the concept of the failed Dark Universe and get to reveal to you for the first time that Russell Crowe is Dr. Jekyll.
Every time someone brings this up now, like tried to like scare me, I'm like, no, I know! He plays Dr. Jekyll.
Don't recite the dark magic to me, witch. Yeah, I've seen it all.
Oh yeah, no.
Russell Crowe will come up tonight. He'll come up tonight in this episode.
In what? Okay, we'll get there when we get there.
But you know.
Yeah,
anyway.
Let's sneep. I decided to rewatch White Collar, a show from our teens. I don't know why. I'm on season 2 now.
Because you have great taste.
I have great taste. Somebody, I think on Tumblr, said that Matt Bomer looks like a child's drawing of a handsome man, which is
I'll tell you who said that.
Yeah?
One of the hosts of Blank Check podcast said that.
Oh, there we go.
And then I laughed so hard when I heard it that I told you about it.
Okay.
I don't know why because it was conversations about him playing Superman. And it was like, yeah, he just is that beautiful.
Yeah, and I think about it every time he's on screen, which is frequently because he's one of the leads. I'm like, you do look like a children's drawing of a handsome man. Also, it's really distracting because they obviously have him flirting with women a lot, and I'm just sitting there like, this man's gay.
It's so fucking funny.
In this show, he is at the very minimum bisexual. That's not a straight man. I can't believe it. Anyway, having fun. Yeah. It's a fun show. It's easy to watch while you're eating dinner. Also, my beloved roommate Amanda and I, we watch a lot of HGTV, but we've been watching a lot of Ugliest Homes in America. There's some ugly fucking homes in America. Let me tell you.
Alas.
I've seen some shit. There was one where there were 8 cameras in the home. Just, like, hanging around in the house. And I was like, where do the cameras lead to? Like, how do they watch it? And it was never revealed.
Don't care
all that video feed going somewhere. Who knows, though? That house won, and they got all the cameras torn out. It was great. But I was like, that house has to win. It was like a sex home, drug home, Big Brother mashup. It was wild. Anyway.
I've obviously never watched that exact program, but I used to subscribe to the, McMansion Hell blog. Similar energy, that's all.
Yeah. Oh,
I love looking at horrible things that people spend $500,000 on.
There's also a show that we watched it's like, I think it's a TikTok account that's like Zillow Homes or whatever, and they decided to make a show of it. And that's also people being like, look at my weird fuck ass house that I'm either trying to sell or actually already bought. Now I'm just showing off because I bought it. Wild
Matty,
stuff.
You wouldn't be referring to Zillow Gone Wild with Jack McBrayer, would you?
Oh yeah, I am.
That's all. I just happen to know what the show's called.
Oh yeah, no confirmed.
I don't have any special insights other than I like Jack McBrayer on 30 Rock.
Yeah, I had a second where I was like, why do I know you? 30 Rock! And
30 Rock!
Like, oh! I was like, yeah, now you know, right? Yeah, anyway, I love some ugly homes.
But 30 Rock ended 10 years ago tonight.
Whoa.
Wait, that can't be right, is it?
I don't know. I'm gonna keep going. You can look that up. I watched the original RoboCop for the first time. That movie fucks. I rewatched the 2001 Ocean's 11, my beloved. Me and a whole group of us, including Helena, watched Bram Stoker's Dracula, the one, as we say, that he came back from the dead to produce.
Mm-hmm.
It's alright. I watched, just gonna double check, Mangal Pandi, which is the Bollywood movie featuring, obviously, many people, but we've talked about on the show, it has Toby Stephens in it. Really good movie. Had a great time. I think I'm becoming a Bollywood guy, which is great. Rewatched The Martian and watched Reservoir Dogs for the first time with the Sneeple crew, aka Ezra, who is not here. Sorry, Ben. And once again, movie everyone says is good, it's turned out to be good, though I will say, man, there's some stuff they said in that movie they really didn't need to, that I felt was kind of unnecessary. And also, maybe the first time I've ever said this, a movie that could have been a little longer. Maybe needed just an extra, 10 to 15 minutes just kind of slid in there.
It's one of those things with, Quentin Tarantino, right? Where you're just like, the stuff that you spent time on, I feel like could have been spent elsewhere.
Yeah.
And part of me is like, this could have, on one hand, I get that this is your vibe and that that's whatever. But also in this movie, sometimes that vibe was really awful.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to sit through it. So maybe, which I know you're making a movie about criminals, but anyway.
But I know
essays can be
I watch
written.
Ocean's 11 and I know they're all criminals. I don't necessarily need to,
right.
I get it. I understand.
Essays can be written.
Yeah, anyway.
Man's infantile mind. Anyway.
Yeah, anyway. But I still really liked it. I still had a very good time and very much enjoyed it. Okay. That's me. I think that's everything. Helena.
Ben, do you want to go or want me to go? I'll go.
Ben. Either you guys, rock, paper, scissors.
It's Ben.
No, I gestured. Please go ahead.
I did see. Okay. I have been watching pretty much nothing but bangers. I watched Notorious for the first time, which is a Hitchcock movie with Claude Rains and Ingrid Bergman and Cary Grant. It fucks. As previously mentioned, I watched or rewatched Bram Stoker's Dracula, which is a movie that Richard E. Grant is in. That's all. Carrie Ellis. I watched The Age of Innocence, which is my new favorite Scorsese film. God. Oh my God, that movie.
I've been meaning to.
It's so good and agonizing and painful and gorgeous and incredible. Daniel Day-Lewis. You know, I know that you're retired, but call me on Thursday when I'm free on Thursday. Specifically, Daniel Day-Lewis circa 1992. I rewatched Inception because that's my baby. That's my baby boy.
That's our ragtime gal. Yeah.
I love that movie so much.
I need to rewatch. You rewatched it, and I was like, God, I haven't watched that movie in so long. But I have a shooting script, which I need to actually sit down and read my way through.
Oh,
so
I'd be interested in that too.
Yeah,
So what happened? This is my 3-day weekend, and then the super randomly showed up without telling us, as they tend to do, and started doing work, which is great of them because we needed work done. But then I was like, I feel awkward, and I need to sit around and put a movie on. And so I was like, I had to put a movie on that I've seen before, so I can pause it and not be like distracted or whatever, so I put on Inception because I've seen it 50 times. And then I got sucked in, which always happens, unfortunately. I also went to the theaters and saw Challengers, which was an incredible time. Thank you, Brooklyn Academy of Music audience, for sharing that experience with me. You are all my brothers and sisters in seeing Challengers. It is the year of Josh O'Connor. Because I also saw, I'm just skipping ahead a little further, I went to see La Chimera at IFCU, The Friend, which Josh O'Connor is also in, which technically came out last year, but is kind of just now getting a limited release in the US. It is an incredible movie. It's my favorite movie of this year so far. Please go see it. It's good. I rewatched The Emperor's New Groove because, yeah, good movie. Have it memorized. I rewatched Reservoir Dogs, which is a movie that Tim Roth is in. That's all I'll say about that. You know it. I watched The Devils, which is a Ken Russell movie. With God, The Devils. How do we explain The Devils? I can't explain The Devils. Just go watch it. It's incredible.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Oliver Reed is in it. Vanessa Redgrave is in it. Oliver Reed plays a priest that fucks.
Hell yeah.
Vanessa Redgrave plays a nun with a hunchback who's horny for Oliver Reed.
Hell yeah.
I do love fucked up Catholicism movies.
And it's directed by the director of Lair of the White Worm and The Who's Tommy.
Okay.
Please watch The Devils.
So you know it's horny.
It's so good. Yeah.
Sorry. I obviously, out of curiosity, had to look this up. I was going to say, not to like plug my show, but we're covering some religious horror over on Syndicated. But I was taken aback looking at this cast list to see that it includes people who are playing Cardinal Richelieu and King Louis XIII of France.
Yep.
And I think that's neat.
Oh yeah, you should watch it. I wouldn't go so far as to say that it's horror, but it definitely is really, it has horror imagery in it. It might be classified as like a psychological thing. I don't know what genre The Devils is.
Oh, sure. I was mostly looking at the poster that says, "Hell will hold no surprises for them." As
that's
a tagline,
definitely true.
Which,
yeah, it's banned in several countries still for reasons which may be obvious to people who know about Catholicism.
That's promising.
Very promising.
I love a movie that's banned in several countries.
The film's graphic portrayal of violence, sexuality, and religion ignited harsh reaction from censors, and it originally received an X rating in both the United Kingdom and the United States.
Okay.
You know it's good.
Awesome.
That's how you know it's good.
I mean, I think Lair of the White Worm also had a pretty harsh reaction, though, if I recall. Didn't it?
People were
upset that it was like pretty heavily rejected.
Ken Russell is
an X rating.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. He's an artist who I think is one of the greatest English artists since Shakespeare, probably, and the only one who actually matches his level of fuck it, we ball energy. So I was thinking of like, I was watching The Devils and I was like, this isn't not Titus Andronicus. You know what I mean? And Titus Andronicus isn't my favorite Shakespeare play for a multitude of reasons, but I was thinking about what other English artist since Shakespeare has that level of just like, I don't know, fuck it. And I was like, Ken Russell's kind of the only one that I can think of right now. So I've decided they're twinsies. And anyway, I hope they're having great conversations in filmmaker / writer theater maker heaven. Yeah. Anyway, oh my god. Sorry, Ben, what?
Oh, I just skimmed the section on Wikipedia entitled Censorship History. Yeah. And I would simply like to say, Jesus Christ.
Yes. Yes.
I mean, once again, as stated, Lair of the White Worm got a pretty hard rap too, and then I watched it and I was like, I mean, for the time period, maybe, but also this movie fucks pretty hard. So
yeah, I would say The Devils is more intense in many ways than Lair of the White Worm.
Perfect
to me. But there's some stuff in Lair of the White Worm that I'm remembering now. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty.
There was some stuff where I was like, okay, rock on.
Yeah.
But there was never a point where I was like, okay, let's dial it back. I was always like, okay, yeah.
Sickos, haha, yes.
Sickos.
Yeah.
Literally.
That's Ken Russell for you. I also watched Sweet Charity, which is a Bob Fosse's first movie that he ever directed. It's the adaptation of the show that he also choreographed and directed. What a delight! Mostly it's like you watch it for the dance numbers. The stuff in between is kind of like, this is fine, but Ricardo Montalban is in it. Shirley MacLaine, yes, Shirley MacLaine is in it. John McMartin is in it, which if you know who that is when I say it, you're a fucking nerd. I'm gonna push you into a locker, but it's okay because I'm in the locker with you. John McMartin was the original Ben in Follies. He was also in the revival of Into the Woods from 2004.
Yeah,
2002, something like that. He played the old man.
Mm-hmm.
In that, yeah. So he plays one of the main love interests in that movie, and I've never seen him in the flesh before. I've only heard his voice, so seeing that was like, in the flesh, with Shirley MacLaine. So that was great. Sammy Davis Jr. is in this movie for like 5 seconds. Cheetah Rivera. It's a great amount of fun. And it's currently streaming on the Criterion Channel right now because there's a Shirley MacLaine thing going on the Criterion Channel, so you should all watch it. I rewatched Spy Kids, which might be a bad movie, but
I wouldn't know.
Wouldn't know. Can't tell. Unfortunately, the production design fucks too hard, and Antonio Banderas is too handsome.
It's too handsome.
Can't tell.
Mm-hmm.
I rewatched Captain America: The First Avenger.
Why are you more ashamed of that than of Spy Kids?
Because I feel like
I watched Winter Soldier like a couple months ago.
Spy Kids is like always with me, in my heart.
I said out loud on this podcast, I have to rewatch The First Avenger again now.
You do. Because
there's no shame. There's no shame about the first two Cat movies here.
I have slight shame because I can feel myself regressing to the person I was before. And like I was re-listening, just listeners and Matty and also Ben. Okay. I was re-listening to an old Sneakle episode.
Sure.
That we recorded right after Endgame came out.
Now here's the thing. That makes you a nerd, actually.
Well, yes, because I'm obsessed with the sound of my own voice, surely.
Yeah, that's the embarrassing part.
Yes, no, absolutely. But I was like, what was our reaction to Endgame at the time versus like how I feel about Endgame and the rest of the MCU now?
Sure.
And I was like, oh wow, we were so optimistic and such innocent, beautiful children. And now I'm like,
if I could turn back time.
Literally. And so going back and enjoying Captain America: The First Avenger, that doesn't surprise me because I think that's genuinely one of the better movies within the franchise.
Yeah, of course.
What's getting to me is that now, of course, there's a part of me who is saying, watch the rest. And now you have to continue watching.
Don't.
And so
don't go where I can't follow.
I'm going there. I've gone there already for 2 hours.
How far? How far are we going? Where's the line?
Sorry, hold on. Point of order. The rest of the Captain America movies, or are you trying to catch up with the MCU?
Okay, to be clear, I'm not trying to catch up. I have no interest in watching anything that happened after Endgame came out. Okay. However, I have started rewatching
That's still quite
Avengers.
A few movies.
I think that I'm not going to probably rewatch all of them. As someone who had
watched many of the MCU movies, I think even after that point, that's still a lot of movies.
It's still a lot, and I think it's just the ones that it's been a while since I've seen. Like, it's been a while since I've watched the Avengers, and now I'm like, what do I actually feel about this movie now?
Yeah.
And the original Iron Man, where it was like, again, we were so young, we were so innocent. Look at this thing.
I remember being like I remember, Ben, you probably relate to this, being a comics fan and being like, oh shit, they're doing like, beyond like the X-Men and the Fantastic Four, they're doing like a bigger Marvel universe of movies.
It was a wild, euphoric time for all of us to imagine the possibilities. And I've spoken about this, at length of the enthusiasm at the time that I simply, due to market saturation, just don't have anymore.
Yeah, and then much like John Wick, they ran me over with a car. So it sounds like to Endgame is that will be your Endgame.
It'll be in and it'll be out. I'll watch a couple here and there. I probably will rewatch Winter Soldier. I already rewatched Iron Man 3 recently because
that is true.
But yeah, apparently I still have some feelings, which is upsetting to me.
Rewatching Winter Soldier, I was like, I still care. I still care so much. I still have many of the DVDs.
And I still have opinions, and I still, Tom Hiddleston, okay, we already said something about not reciting the dark magic on the podcast, so I'm not going to continue to recite the dark magic on the podcast.
Okay.
I'm not summoning anything by mentioning Tom Hiddleston's name more than once. Because I'm afraid of what will happen.
You've now said it twice, by the way.
Yeah, now I'm concerned about where this is going.
Well, to finish this off,
I'm not going anywhere anymore.
Beetlejuice.
Thank you. Watching the Avengers, as I try to explain, it's like being slapped across the face with a gift set. You're both making the same expression right now, and it's killing me.
I know, like in opposition. Literally
it's
chaos in stereo.
Because I know this is the correct reaction that you should be having, but it is like being slapped across the face with a 2012 gift set of Tom Hiddleston's face. That's what watching the Avengers is like for me. I'm like, wow, I recognize this scene from watching it over multiple times in a gift set I blogged when I was in college. Wow, you need to stop doing this, guys. Like, freaking me out.
Well, now he's doing it on purpose. This is not me. I'm just living my life.
For the listener at home, I've been directly mimicking all of Maddie's facial expressions for the last 2 minutes.
Movements. Okay, I have to move on. We have to move on. We can't talk about this. There will be more later, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And then I also watched Seconds, which is a John Frankenheimer film from 1966 starring Rock Hudson. I watched that last night. It's great. Everybody should watch it. It is terrifying and horrible, and it broke my heart. Anyway, what have you watched, Ben?
Yeah, Ben.
All right.
Yeah, Ben.
Yeah, Ben.
Fuck. All right. Letterboxd Diary, sort by oldest.
No.
Yeah. Tell me every movie you've watched.
Fuck, in order? Okay.
Yeah,
Toy Story, Lion King.
Start at the beginning. Toy Story was the first. You know that for sure? Call your mom.
No, it was my first in theaters. I don't know if it was my first movie.
Rock on.
My first in theaters was Phantom Menace.
Because it came out like a year and a half after I was born. Or something.
Mine was Mulan. Anyway.
Well, it was Phantom Menace or Lord of the Rings. I think it was Phantom Menace.
So.
Yes.
My lovely co-recorders can of course see my list.
Yes.
So there's a new Planet of the Apes movie coming out. And I don't care about the new Planet of the Apes movies. Which is what I thought a week ago. And it turns out I might actually have a little more love for the Planet of the Apes movies than I initially thought. Because I rewatched The Planet of the Apes 1968 the other day, and I was hit with a wave of nostalgia because, as I believe I've discussed in the past, I am absolutely a Turner Classic Movies kid. And you know what they show all the time on the Turner Classic Movies channel? That's right, the 1968 movie Planet of the Apes, which I saw a multitude of times as a child, and then finally got to, revisit it as an adult in college, and then revisit it again last week. It is such a goofy, corny time. I love that it raises some like actual serious like science fiction ethical questions. I wish Charlton Heston didn't suck like as a person. But
can't have everything.
Can't have everything. You can either be in Planet of the Apes or you can be the head of the NRA. Pick one.
It's kind of how I feel watching the original Mad Max movies, where I'm like, I love these movies. I do wish.
It is unfortunately, it is the exact same problem, which is, God, you're so charismatic. I wish you didn't turn out to be such a piece of shit.
Yeah.
Re Mel Gibson and Charlton Heston.
Yeah.
Unfortunate.
Yeah.
Because obviously, Maddie, we both love Mad Max 2 Road Warrior with our whole heart.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I rewatched the original Planet of the Apes. It's such a fun time. I think the costumes are so good. I'm being 100% sincere. I love the iconography of that entire franchise. Whether it's the weird, like, etched pleather thing that the orangutan priests wear. Yes. I love the masks. I love all the silly lines that, it's a madhouse, damn it, a madhouse! I just live for that shit. You blew it up, damn you! He's just so angry in that movie, and he's such a piece of shit.
I mean, I would be too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, imagine if you landed on the Planet of the Apes and you found out that, there were apes that ruled the planet.
Yeah, what if there was a planet full of apes?
Mm-hmm. And they hunted humans for sport?
What would you do?
Doesn't he kiss the monkey before that?
He does kiss the monkey, yeah.
I've never seen a Planet of the Apes in my life, so my reaction, beloved listeners, was kind of a shocked grimace.
Yeah, he kissed the monkey.
He kissed the monkey.
Okay.
Good movie.
Sure.
Good movie. So on
it sounds like you got Mission Impossible, as I referred to what happened to this fucking podcast.
I was literally gonna fucking say that. This is what happened to you.
I very much posted in our fan Discord, I posted like, hey, obviously I'm not gonna watch more than one of these, but I'm revisiting the first Planet of the Apes movie just for fun. And then the next evening I was like, hey folks, I regret to inform I'm watching the second Planet of the Apes movie. And then another night I had to say, hey folks, I'm sorry, I regret to inform I'm watching the third Planet of the Apes movie. It happens.
I mean, much like with the Avengers movie, how far is this going?
Exactly.
When will it end?
Oh no, I mean, I'm done. I'm already bored.
Okay.
Moving on. So Helena, it sounds like you've seen the original Planet of the Apes?
I have seen the original.
Lovely. Maddie, it sounds like you haven't. May I speak candidly about key plot points from the movie Beneath the Planet of the Apes?
Please do.
Yes.
Knowing full well, I can't imagine either of you are ever going to see it.
If I do, I will have probably either forgotten what you're about to tell me or not care.
Mm-hmm. And also, the movie came out 55 years ago.
I wasn't even alive.
Neither was I.
Yeah.
So in Beneath the Planet of the Apes, a movie that features Charlton Heston barely, because it seems like he didn't want to come back for that entire motion picture. Cannot imagine why. The main character. So in the first movie, a spaceship crashes onto the Planet of the Apes, and through some investigative work, they find out that the Planet of the Apes. I hope this isn't too much of a spoiler, but once again, this is like a 57-year-old movie. The Planet of the Apes is Earth.
This is the one thing I know about this movie, actually, as we discussed
the other day.
Recently, yeah.
Because damn them, they blew it up. Damn you. The Statue of Liberty is there, and it turns out it's Earth 2000 something years in the future.
They're talking about the Twin Towers.
Statue of Liberty, but yes.
No, they blew it up. They're talking about the...
Oh, sorry, yes. Sorry, I genuinely didn't realize. Genuinely didn't notice you were doing a bit. My bad.
Yeah, I lowballed a bit that I made to you two days ago, and you were so intent on telling me Planet of the Apes lores that it just flew directly by your head.
At the beginning of at the beginning of Beneath the Planet of the Apes, a second spaceship crashes onto Earth in the far-off distant year of like 4070. Okay. And a second hot, half-naked blonde guy roams the wilderness and is like, look at this monkey society.
Okay.
And in many ways, much like Star Wars 7 to Star Wars 4, it's like, we're like repeating the events. How interesting. And anyway, then he goes in a beneath Ape City into the ruins of New York City and meets a race of mutant psychic Catholics that worship the atomic bomb.
Okay.
And that's when I became very invested in the movie Beneath the Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
They control the atomic bomb that they worship with the crystals that Marlon Brando uses in Superman 1977. The clear crystals that are full of knowledge.
Sure.
Every single one of these psychic mutants who communicate psychically with each other and worship an atomic bomb also has a latex mask that they take off during prayer so that they can hide their true hideous forms and exist in this perfect underground anti-ape utopia.
Sure.
It's a very odd movie. Anyway, Escape from Planet of the Apes starts with a third spaceship traveling through time.
With a third different guy, presumably?
Oh, no, it's the apes traveling back in time to the year 1971.
Oh.
Good for them.
And anyway, M. Emmett Walsh and Ricardo Montalban are there.
Okay.
Yay!
The franchise
that
takes a
sounds
leap.
great.
Yeah,
literally.
There's 2 more of them. I'm not going to watch those ones.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Now, I did
You're
say...
not going to
when
watch
you
the
started
Tim Burton remake?
It's so embarrassing, really.
There are 10 feature films called The Planet of the Apes.
And I've watched, 10 Saw movies.
Yeah, well.
Sometimes
anyway.
we make sacrifices.
Anyway, I think those movies are charming as hell. They get worse. Significantly worse. And, boy, by the second movie...
And so do the Saw movies. Once again, we all have to make sacrifices.
Don't people like the more recent one? Didn't Saw X
I
take
haven't
off?
seen Saw X, actually.
Saw 10 is good,
House.
but everything else in between the first and the 10th movie, which is a lot, is considered to be not as good.
Yeah. Bummer. Anyway, I just think it's a weird... I think it's an interesting position when you, when these franchises last so long that there's the first great one, a bunch of bad sequels, and then sometimes they swing back up.
Yeah.
I feel like that happens in horror all the time where,
or,
there'll be a bunch of straight to VHS sequels or whatever that a bunch of people pass on, and then they'll be and then finally there'll be a
damn,
Friday the 13th on the big screen again or whatever.
Yeah.
And sometimes they suck. Anyway.
I was gonna say, I think both the Halloween and the Friday the 13th reboots, people are like, those movies suck.
I've heard mixed things on Halloween, but yeah, Friday the 13th for sure. Nah.
What else was I think? There was people like the Evil Dead, the new Evil Deads.
Mm-hmm. Some people liked that new Hulu Hellraiser from 2 years ago.
Yeah.
Which
I saw the first the first reboot Evil Dead first, and that movie scared the fuck out of me.
Mm-hmm.
I still like the original Evil Dead more. I don't like the new Screams. I haven't seen the newest Scream, but I don't.
I guess
reboot Scream.
I guess another franchise from the 60s. Another franchise from the 60s. I guess Bond also did that, where people really like those early Connerys, and then there's a bunch of kind of somewhat forgettable ones, and now they're prestige movies again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Godzilla's still good.
Yeah.
I don't know if Godzilla ever went down though. I think Godzilla's always just kind of been
that's just been uphill the entire time.
Godzilla's always been good.
It's just been a plateau, just equal quality. Anyway, I watched the Denzel Washington Manchurian Candidate from 2004 with Liev Schreiber and Meryl Streep. Good political thriller, honestly. Mm-hmm. Real tense in some places. It's got some genuine horror elements into it, which obviously I appreciate as a horror fan. It was a lot better than I thought it was gonna be, if I'm to be super honest. Not because of anything about it on its face. Obviously, Jonathan Demme's a good director. From The Man That Brought You Silence of the Lambs comes a political thriller. But I don't know. For whatever reason, I just kind of heard it was kind of mid. But I found it really enjoyable. I watched Leap of Faith, which is a 1992 movie in which Steve Martin plays a mega pastor.
So obviously you like that one.
So obviously I liked that one. It was the most bare bones family movie plot of all time, in terms of kind of scumbag comes to town, but then he warms up to the family and all that kind of shit. It was, and in that sense, it was genuinely boring. And I will say that there was a criminal underuse of Philip Seymour Hoffman in that movie.
Oh, embarrassing.
And but you do get to witness 1992 Liam Neeson, so if that's your thing, great news.
It's there
about the movie Leap of Faith. And that's maybe the only good news about the movie Leap of Faith.
Okay.
Alas.
I watched 1968's Targets, which is Bogdanovich's first movie, and also one of Boris Karloff, Frankenstein's last. That is a disturbing little movie about a mass shooting. There's no joke I have to make here. It's a good movie.
No.
The Silent Partner, 1978, which features our boy Elliot Gould. Mr. The Longa by himself. It's just fun. It's a fun little heist movie. You all like heists, don't you?
I do.
I love heists. I love a good heist.
I do.
Elliot Gould is playing a piece of shit bank teller who tries to steal from his bank branch the day they also get held up. Anyway, it's a really fun premise. John Candy just happens to be in the background of that movie.
Sure.
Once again, much like Philip Seymour Hoffman in Leap of Faith, he's just like not featured, but like, hey, that's legendary Canadian actor John Candy in the background.
Why not?
I watched one of the Harrison Ford, fucking CIA Jackman. What is the name of that character?
Jack
Ryan.
No,
hold on.
Jack Ryan.
It's not Jack.
Wait,
unless they made. I don't.
Yes, Tom Clancy's Jack Ryan.
Jack Ryan.
Oh right.
That just doesn't sound like. That just doesn't feel like it's his real name.
There are newer ones of that series though. Because Jack Ryan is a book character, right?
Yeah, no. So there were a bunch of movies featuring the character Jack Ryan, who I just confirmed for sure that is that character's name. Hunt for the Red October is one of them,
right?
With Alec Baldwin playing Jack Ryan. They made 2 Harrison Ford ones, The Patriot Games and The Sum of All Fears, and then they made a Ben Affleck one and a Chris Pine one. Right. And currently, Office James is playing Jack Ryan for TV.
Office James.
John Krasinski, yes.
Yeah.
You're correct.
Sure, I guess that's his name. I hate him. Feel free to the Kendrick Lamar song, I'm the biggest hater, that's been going around. It's unfortunately me and Krasinski.
Yeah.
You just snapped that man's neck.
This is Ezra talking about Timothée Chalamet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, unfortunately, John Krasinski has no idea who I am, so it's a real one-sided beef. But I just want him to know I'm the biggest hater. I hate the way that you walk. I hate the way that you talk.
We all got somebody. We all got an actor that we have just major beef with. I'm thinking, I'm like, do I?
Oh,
I mean, there's plenty of actors I don't like.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if there's anybody who I'm like, I would kill you on sight if I saw you.
Not an actor, but we're not like fond of Tom Brady.
We'll get to it tonight. We'll talk about it tonight.
Okay.
Anyway, Patriot Games is like Patriot Games is like whatever, but like Sean Bean's there.
Yeah, now that does always increase a movie's positivity to me.
James Earl Jones plays Jack Ryan's handler, so
that's fun.
If you want like super deep voice, James Earl Jones being like,
always,
you've gone against your mission. Yeah. How dare you, Jack? But in his actual voice, what he actually sounds like, which I'm not going to try to do. Yeah, I don't know. Good movie for that. Also, Richard Harris is there. Anyway, also rewatched The Graduate recently. Watched the 2023 Blackberry movie, which is actually an incredible corporate biopic. In a couple of years in which corporate biopics have been all over the map, I found that movie very compelling, and one of the few like biopics of its type where it's like genuine like, hey, this person's a real piece of shit, which not a lot of those movies have the courage to do. The only other one I can think of in that vein is the Michael Keaton movie, The Founder, about Ray Kroc, who started McDonald's.
Right.
Because the movie The Founder hates that man.
Good.
And then I also watched the Jan Svankmajer movie Faust from 1994, which is a puppet horror movie.
Yay!
And I'm the center of that Venn diagram of puppets and horror. It is a wild retelling of the Faust story.
With puppets.
Half told with puppets, half told with Jan Svankmajer. And it's like, it constantly blends animation and, like real footage of people. And there's like weird, I don't want to say trippy in this sense because it drives me up the wall when people misuse, oh, what kind of drugs were they on when they made that? But like genuinely like surrealist kind of nonsensical like puppet set design. It's so creepy. Great use of like claymation body horror in that movie.
Hell yeah.
End thoughts. Go watch Faust 1994. It's in Czech.
Hell yeah.
You can find a version with English subtitles online. But like you can turn them off and you can just kind of vibe to it.
Learn Czech.
Yeah, learn Czech.
Skill issue.
No, I genuinely I found it like incredibly compelling. It's a mix of both the both versions of the Faust story. Again, told through horrible puppets.
Love that.
More horror movies should involve puppets. Anyway, that's my list. Sorry I talked about
there's
Planet
at least
Games for
one
so long.
series that's like notable.
Toy Story? Sorry, wait, what?
Chucky!
Oh, yeah!
Child's Play!
Sorry, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
Podcast canceled. Nothing's gonna be funnier than that. Let's go home.
Toy Story. Yeah, it's like
so
Woody's nightmare
Toy
sequence
Story?
in Toy Story 2 when
I played Kingdom Hearts 3, I remember.
When Andy drops him, he's like, I don't want to play with you anymore. Yeah, like that's the horror.
Or the
movie.
dog.
Or the dog.
No, yeah, that scene when I saw it, whatever, at like age fucking 5? Yeah, boy, that stuck with me. Also, to be fair, the shot in Toy Story where they're, baby doll, like, taps its erector set claw, like, on the bottom of the bed, and then, like, looks directly into the flashlight, gotta say, that also scared the hell out of me. Can't believe I saw that movie at 2 years old.
That's the movie Alien, basically, when you think about it, that scene.
Is that what happened to me? Is that the origin? Is that I saw that scene at 2 years old? With the little dolls that go like, red rum, red rum. And I thought like, well, this'll be me.
Yep, this'll be you in the future.
Maybe. It didn't do that to me and I still came around, but...
Anyway, those are the movies I saw. I saw a bunch more, but I'm trying not to like take up too much time.
This is fair. I mean, what we're talking about today is kind of interesting. So, I mean, the Google Doc is really sparse right now because we just got some links in here. We're talking about trailers.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, I didn't think we would needed a lot of,
I don't think so either.
Analysis.
But there's some trailers that for some movies that have come out recently, and I've been thinking about that I'm like, oh, this makes me really excited to see it, of course, which is the job of a trailer. And then there are some movies that I have seen. I have talked about this before on the podcast. I get really bad secondhand embarrassment from seeing bad trailers in movie theaters, and I have to look away and look down at my lap during these trailers that are bad and just listen to them. And then like maybe I'll look up for like 2 seconds, and like I did during the Ghostbusters Afterlife trailer, and see Paul Rudd saying something stupid and then look back down. Yeah, that's pretty much my experience. But there's been some trailers that I have avoided.
So,
You do, well, okay, you say that. I was researching some trailers for this episode today, and I found the Master and Commander Far Side of the World trailer. I did almost start crying.
Okay, hold on. Let me just open up that trailer really quick. Let's find out.
I think I put that in the voice, or not voice chat.
You did. Let me just pop that open really quick, live on air. Let's see if I start tearing up.
We'll get to it, listeners, but
talking.
There's a shot in this trailer that Manny's about to watch where Russell Crowe says to one of the characters, "You're in capable hands," and then it cuts to a shot of Paul Bettany as the Doctor, and I nearly picked up my teacup and smashed it against my wall in anger and frustration and sadness and pleasure all at the same time. And that's what a good trailer should be able to do to you, is like get you really hyped in ways that you can't even control with your teacup. And I feel like there's obviously some trends, right? I think.
Sorry, there was just a very, very dramatic zoom on Russell Crowe's eyeball.
Yeah, there is that.
So there's some stuff where it's like, movie. So there are things from eras of film that I'm like, I'm glad we left these behind.
Oh,
For example, that.
Yeah. The dramatic zoom into the eyeball. There's something very earnest about that period of movie trailers. I feel like, so I know that the actual reason that we kind of stopped, Ben, as you pointed out, that we kind of stopped doing in a world where this thing is happening and doing like general voiceover narrations and trailers because that voice actor whose name, remind me again?
Oh, sure. It's Don LaFontaine.
Yes. So he was the big name in doing movie trailer narration amongst many other things in a very wide and long voice career.
In a world this summer. That guy.
You know him, you love him. He died in like 2009. Is that right?
2008. Yeah.
2008. And I feel like that trend of narration in movie trailers has kind of really does not happen anymore. But I also feel that besides him dying, I feel like if I were to hear that in a movie trailer today, I would be like, I feel like we're too. I don't know if it's cynicism. I don't know if it's like this kind of automatic cringe reaction to that kind of like earnestness, or we have like to that like that kind of narration reminds us of something that we used to make fun of, and therefore we can't take it seriously. But I feel like if I were to see that now, I would be like, oh, that's strange. But I don't know if I would roll my eyes at it in the way that I sometimes roll my eyes at some trailers that come out without any narration at all and are just bad movie trailers.
Like I basically watched the whole trailer. I do love that movie.
Great movie.
God, what was I? I went with Leia to go see a movie the other day. Oh, we went to go see the demon possession movie. It doesn't matter. Anyway, and so they were showing a lot of like, scary movie trailers, and there was one where it was like no narration, no music, a bunch of random shots of someone kind of like first POV walking through nature, and I was like, is this a Friday the 13th? What is this? And then it had like the name of the movie is like As Nature like Comes or something. That's not it, but you know what I mean. It's something along those lines. And I was like, is that a tagline for the movie? And then boop, straight to the credits. No, that's the name of the movie. Don't know anything about it. I was like, what? Is this supposed to hook me on your movie? Because all I'm going to think about, I mean, clearly it worked because now I'm still thinking about that trailer, but all it's going to do is make me think, what the you haven't sold me on anything. All you've told me is there's woods involved. Great. Mm-hmm. I have those. I live in the Pacific Northwest. I can drive for 20 minutes. Now what?
Yeah. Why pay for a movie ticket at that point?
Yeah.
I think, like, overall, there's kind of been a shift as to what the point of a movie trailer is.
Mm.
I think that because we are in such a heavy era of prioritization around intellectual property films and franchise films, I think it's about kind of pulling on nostalgic heartstrings with a number of things and like, focusing on like iconography that you, the audience, recognize and whatnot. And I think it's less about cultivating a specific mood. Because that mood, I would think, would be maybe something that would, something atmospheric would kind of pull you into the idea of whatever movie you're watching. But I don't know if like I'm struggling on how to say this. I don't know if the point of
I was rewatching. So before we started, I was rewatching a couple trailers that I used to watch a lot. When I was in high school, I used to go onto Apple Trailers and just watch a bunch of movie trailers.
Correct.
And in this particular time period, there was two trailers that I watched. maybe 50 times, which are two very different approaches to movie trailers. Not very different, but semi-different approaches to movie trailers, which is the Darjeeling Limited movie trailer and the movie trailer for The Fall. I was obsessed with the trailer for The Fall, and I think The Fall is still an excellent trailer because the main selling point to The Fall, if you don't know anybody who's in it or anything about it, is like, look at this fucking thing. Just look at it.
Sure,
And
reasonably.
I think, yeah, like I think like that's what I think you could reasonably walk away from the trailer for The Fall and still not really have any idea what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
But because it's saying, look at the images you are going to see in this hit, this is what the movie is going to look like, I'm sold on it. I think if like the movie is doing that, that's fine. I don't have to know like everything about it, but I have an idea of what the shape of this movie is going to be, like what's going to draw me to the movie theater, right? The Darjeeling Limited one is. Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's why every gift set of The Fall on Tumblr.com is all about the story portions of the movie. It's none of it is the like hospital or whatever. It's all like, look at these beautiful landscapes, look at these colors, because that's the part of the movie that when you're getting into it blows you away, and then you watch the whole thing, or you've watched it 20 times, and then it's also the story and the acting, and you cry every time.
Yeah.
But you're right. Walking into it, what is the thing that when you're trying to get people to watch The Fall, what is it you're doing? You're like, look at these landscapes. Look at these colors.
And I don't know if trailers are in service of like aesthetic first like that anymore, I guess is what I was getting at.
No.
Which is that there's so much emphasis on like, wow, look at the DeLorean or the Ghostbusters proton packs or whatever, or like here's a bunch of like zoomed in close-ups of like, the Stranger Things kids or whatever. I guess I'm still thinking about the new Ghostbusters movie.
I mean,
but like here's like the actors you recognize, here's the iconography you recognize, here's that big oh shit moment that we're going to play at the beginning of the trailer and in the middle of the trailer to make you remember there's going to be a big action sequence.
Nick Cage
and it
is
feels
here.
like Nick Cage is here, and it feels like it's less focused on cultivating the mood of the movie, the aesthetic of the movie, and like in many cases telling you the premise of the story. I think we've
here's
definitely
what the
dropped
whole arc of the story is going to be.
Yeah, we've dropped
Which I don't like.
I don't want that.
We've dropped the whole like imagine a world, kind of premise, and we've just gone for like, hey, here's your highlight reel, and I don't want a highlight reel. I want to be like sold on it.
Tell me a fucking bit.
Premise is fine, but arc is too much, right?
Yeah.
I feel that a lot where I feel like there's some trailers that I've sat through I'm like, if this is longer than 3 minutes, I'm going to just start a riot in this movie theater right now, because I just feel like I don't need, that is too much time. Especially with how fast a lot of trailers are now, especially for like action movies where it's like this thing where I feel like is the kind of, the really rapid cut. Horror movie trailers do this too, where it's like, it's almost like they don't want to show you too much and reveal too much, but at the same time, they want you to be like on YouTube looking back and going like, first trailer for this movie explained, and like going through frame by frame of the trailer to see what you can find in the trailer. Like that's going to be what the movie's going to be about, especially for the IP. Yeah.
Like the Fallout TV trailer, it was very much was like, look, Fallout, look at all this like hints about like Fallout Easter eggs. And I did hear that show was actually pretty good, but it was all like, I was sitting there watching it like, yeah, dude, I've played Fallout. What are you going to give me about that? Is it I could go play New Vegas again? Like,
yeah.
We talk about this on the show a lot, where it's like, if you're making me think I'd rather be engaging with a different piece of media than doing this, your trailer is failing. If I'm watching your Fallout trailer and thinking, man, I could be playing New Vegas right now, instead of thinking, man, I'm excited for this show. Oops.
That's not, yeah.
I do want to hear about your thoughts about the Darjeeling Limited trailer, though.
Well, the Darjeeling Limited trailer is very special, and I think I also started watching the Grand Budapest trailer tonight as well. And then I reminded myself in doing so that I was like, oh, that's right. Every trailer for a Wes Anderson movie is the same. And that's fine, because I like the formula where it's like Sony Pictures Classics logo, okay, we're starting with something like it's about the writing and it's about the performers that you're going to see. It's not as much about the imagery, although we're still going to show you that, but it's about like that thing where we're going to do little funny bits and drop little funny lines, and then it's the we're going to take away the music and extend a little funny bit for a little bit and then go back to some more music, with the like overscoring more action, and then a funny bit, bit of emotion, a bit of emotion. Here's the long list of every single performer who's in this movie because he's able to get these insanely stacked casts every time. Boom, 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 boom. Like all of the trailers for his movies are the same, but it's fine because I like that formula. And I think it works for that kind of movie. And that's definitely like this. I think of that as the Sony Pictures Classics formula. Like whenever I go to see an independent art housey movie at Angelica Cinemas or whatever, and they're just like Sony Pictures Classics, and I'm like, I'm about to see a movie that I'm going to see in 3 months with a theater of 10 other people, all of whom besides myself are going to be over the age of 65, and it's going to be little character actors doing little funny bits, and it's tame but maybe not, and like, ooh, it's a threat of scandal or sex, and Olivia Colman's there, like there's little tiny things that like I know what to expect, and the beats are all very familiar for that genre of trailer, which in a way is comforting. I'm not sick of the Sony Pictures Classics Wes Anderson type formula yet, where I am sick of the overly long IP driven, very rapid cutting, Inception horns, like action trailers and horror movie trailers. It's like I haven't seen a horror movie trailer until tonight when I watched the trailer for The Exorcism that I was like, I actually might want to see. Oh, Long Legs. Long Legs was the other one that we saw when we went to go see Abigail that reveals absolutely nothing to me. And I was fascinated. And I'm interested in seeing it. Looks horrifying. With the other ones, they do that kind of like the same jump scares in the movie trailers, like over and over and over again, and you're just like, I kind of feel like this is not working anymore.
I will say the trailer for Abigail did get me. That was the one when I saw the full list of like there was the Nick Cage movie that I was like, this looks like The Quiet Place but worse. The nature movie that looked like a Friday the 13th but stupider, and then I saw the trailer for Abigail. That one actually came first, which was like, oh bummer, now I have to watch these trailers for that are worse. I watched the trailer for Abigail and I was like, that I want to see. That looks good.
I do feel like the trailer for Abigail, having seen the movie now, I feel like it reveals too much. I feel like it would have been a lot funnier.
I think this is the plot of the movie, but oh well.
Yeah, this is the plot of the movie, and it would have been very, very funny if you could have gotten a lot of people to come and see this movie without revealing that twist, and then reveal that, and had a lot of people be like, that she's a vampire.
Yeah.
That would have been pretty funny. But it's still like a trailer that makes you go, ha, that looks like fun. I want to go see that.
Yes.
Which is how I felt watching The Exorcism when I was like, this seems fine. Oh, wait, David Hyde Pierce is here. Never mind. I will be seated. Russell Crowe is here. Never mind. I will be seated. I don't care if it's bad. Yeah, Russell Crowe is has done two different Exorcism movies this past year.
Right.
This is an entirely different Exorcism movie.
This isn't the one where he's like on a motorcycle, right? Or a moped?
No. What? That's the Pope's Exorcist. Now he's in a different Exorcism movie that's just called The Exorcism. And they're hiring priest David Hyde Pierce to help, who, when he spoke in the trailer, I was like, that's the most comforting voice in the world to me now. Is David Pierce.
That is so funny to call a movie The Exorcism.
Like
just sorry to the other one, which is one of the most famous horror movies of all time.
Yeah.
It's fair. It's fine. You have to draw from somewhere, right? I guess.
Planet of the Ape. The one.
I just started the trailer for The Exorcism just to get a rough idea, and then I was like, I'll watch this later. And the screenshot I just opened to is like, it's really hard to tell. It's a script for something, and I'm like, is this okay? But in all caps it says, God is dead! 2 exclamation points. Satan lives! And I'm like, that's how you know somebody's possessed.
I like it so much.
Sounds like God is dead!
Helena, I really do like that you immediately flagged what my question was when I said, wait.
Yes. Yep. No, because that was my thought too. When this trailer came out, and I was like, didn't he just
do a movie about that?
But he was
also moped?
Moped?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's on a moped in The Pope's Exorcist.
Because he's the Pope's exorcist, so it takes place in the Vatican.
Yeah, so clearly he's on a moped. You can't walk.
And he has to be on a moped, yeah.
Well,
he's got places to be, Matty. He's the Pope's exorcist.
Mopeds have been synonymous with Rome ever since
Chop chop, let's fucking go!
He's not the bicycle thief. He's not just somebody who can walk around and be like, I'll get there when I get there. He's like, I gotta go there fast. God.
Run, bitch!
After Roman holiday, they gave every citizen of Rome a free moped.
They did do that.
Like, we gotta keep the moped industry going, thanks to Roman holiday.
Well, it's gonna make us very, very poor, but I guess we have to live up to the dream established.
The Pope demands that we give everybody a moped.
Yeah. Gregory Peck has demanded that we give everyone in Rome a moped.
And who are we to say no?
Exactly.
Not the Pope, that's for sure.
Not the Pope's exorcist either. Matty, I will watch this trailer for Stay Alive that you posted in the chat.
Yes, this is the one where, notably, they say, if you die in the game, you die for real.
If you die in the game, you die for real.
If you die in the game, you die for real. Which I've always said the movie's worse because it's not the movie. But I saw that trailer and I was like, this is the movie of all time, maybe. I think I watched it after I saw the movie. Like, I think I watched it with my buddy, and then I watched the trailer, and I was like, this is a great trailer. Also, I watched a perfect movie, I watched a perfect trailer, what else could you want? No, other way around, because I watched the trailer, and I was like, oh, if you die in the game, you die for real, and then I watched the movie, and I was like, where was the best line in the trailer? Oh, well.
Yeah.
Freaking Munis is there, it's still good. But I love a schlock horror trailer. There's just something so special. There's such a magic. About, especially, like, early 2000s, like, this is trash. Everybody's just working. We're all here to work.
We're all here to work.
If I could rewind a little bit to what you were saying earlier, Helena, the idea that, like, you know, you're just so used to seeing this and it's, like, kind of worn off a little bit. Or rather, the excitement of that particular type of trailer cutting has kind of worn off a little bit. And I think it's because, like, that style, especially the, I made the hand motion earlier, but those, like, rapid fire cuts where they, like, take a normal scene and they just make, like, every other set of 2 frames black. So it just does, like, that kind of strobe effect.
Yeah, where it makes me
or, like, that flashing effect or whatever. Because I think that comes purely or initially from horror movies. And I want to say, like, the first time I, like, really, like, registered that was, like, a trope of the genre when it came to the way it's marketed is for stuff like, you know, The Conjuring and whatever, which is, like, movies that are now over, that first Conjuring movie came out in, like, 2013 or something. But I think there's something where they've borrowed the kind of trailer editing and, like, marketing styles from some of the most adrenaline inducing movies, horror and, like, heavy action stuff like you know, whatever, like, I almost said, like, Crank. But no, I still kind of mean that, though.
No, I know what you mean, exactly. I just wasn't expecting, like, that phrase. I wasn't expecting, like, Crank to come up.
They're, like, borrowing that intensity, but then they're applying it to, like, PG-13, like, franchise films or whatever. Right. So they're trying to steal, like, well, hey, this clearly works with audiences. Audiences love it when we do this because it's like a high adrenaline, you know, kind of way to hype people up. I just did I guess that was the Fury Road sound, or whatever. But that just means every time we see a trailer, it's always that same level of high intensity.
Yeah.
Which means after a while, that's gonna stop working.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because, like, not everything requires that level of high intensity. And also, I mean, if we see it constantly, it just stops working eventually. Yeah. Which is, I mean, that's also how advertising works in general, is that advertising trends rise and die just because too many other people do it. And then all of a sudden, like, I mean, I guess to talk about normal commercials, whenever, Old Spice's like quirky, like look at your man, now look at me kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Was groundbreaking when it started.
Yeah.
But now everyone does that kind of quirky, surrealist marketing.
Right.
And it's not interesting anymore.
It's not funny anymore.
Speaking
so much
of
so
Ryan
that, like,
Reynolds.
So much so that like all of those like Super Bowl commercials are all like that, which means like none of them are interesting because they're all trying to mimic a trend from like 10 years ago and yada yada yada.
It's like wink wink wink, aren't we all so funny, and don't you know that you're being advertised to? And it's like, but I'm still being sold something. So I'm not going to start enjoying the experience just because you know that I'm being sold something.
Yeah. It's just
like, and it's okay. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, some of these trends, they outlive their effectiveness by far.
Yeah.
So now all of a sudden we see the rapid flash, bum 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 kind of stuff, and it's just like, yeah, okay. It doesn't register. It just washes off the back.
Yeah. It's one of those things where like nothing stands out anymore, so I'm just seeing all these trailers and I'm like, these might as well all be the same movie to me. It's hard for them to stand out. It's a bummer that I go to a movie theater now and I'm like, we get to the trailers and I'm like, ugh, the trailers, okay, whatever. I'd rather be watching the movie I came here for. But when I used to be like, sick, the trailers. Yeah.
If every trailer is action movie intense and every brand is quirky, then
if it's all the same. I mean, I feel like that is an advertising method that's been going on for a long time, is that if you're going to see a particular movie, the trailers that they're going to market to you are all going to be within that similar presumed demographic or genre. So if you go to see a horror movie, they're just going to show you nothing but horror movie trailers. And if back when we went to go see, I remember when we went to go see as kids, like the premiere for Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe, because we thought they were supposed to premiere the trailer for Half-Blood Prince during it. Like that was the reason that we went to go see it in the movie theaters, is because they were like, we had heard tell that like demographic for this children's adaptation of a fantasy series, we're going to show the trailer for the newest, big franchise children's fantasy series adaptation. But now it's like with
Speak for yourself, I was a Narnia kid. But
you were there though at that premiere.
I was excited for the movie separately. Also, like mostly, I was like, cool. But also, I loved Narnia. So
I loved Edmund.
Who doesn't?
As we know,
this is an Edmund family.
It's an Edmund podcast. Our podcast has secretly been about Edmund this whole time.
Whoa.
I do feel like, on one hand, it would be extremely jarring to see a Sony Pictures Classic type trailer when I went to go see Abigail. On the other hand, when I see nothing but horror movie trailers over and over again, when I go to see a horror movie, I'm kind of like, now they've all passed through my brain.
Yeah.
Especially
when it's all the same.
Yeah.
And
they're all using the same techniques, and like you said,
the trailers are all the same. The genre, like a lot of the trends in genre are the same right now, especially in horror. So I go to a horror movie and like I said, Abigail stood out. Like I remember the trailers because one of them was a movie I actually wanted to see and the other two looked bad. And I was like I said, I watched the Nick Cage one. I'm like, this is just A Quiet Place, but more action-y. And the other one looks like Friday the 13th, but makes less sense. Those are two better movies that I could be watching instead of whatever you're doing a trailer for right now. No. And then one movie I actually want to see. Like, that's it. I go to see other movies and I'm like, those are the only 3 trailers I remember from movies I've seen recently. Everything else, it's just like, because all the movies are, oh my god, I sound so fucking old, and I don't mean it. I don't want to be like, all the movies are the same, but a lot of the trailers are the same, so all these movies could be like super vast and different and interesting, and I wouldn't fucking know. Yeah. I'm like, great, I'm watching an action movie, and they're like, you like an action movie, so clearly you like this kind of trailer. This is what gets your attention. And I'm like,
yeah, I'm also similarly, I'm trying so hard to
I'm going to watch John Wick at home.
I'm trying so hard not to be like, movie trailers were perfect when I was a child, and now they're bad now that I'm an adult.
I mean, because I watched some of the old ones, and I'm like, this is not very... I watched the Master and Commander one, and I was like, this is not very good. This is not a very good trailer. I'm sorry. It's not. This is not evocative of how good a movie this is. I think that there was also an overuse of the like trailer guy, which disrupted the trailer itself. So like older trailers also have their issues. It's just the current issue is one that like makes movies less interesting. At least the older ones were like, okay, I'm being disrupted by a guy telling me what the movie's about. But at least I have an idea of, like, what the movie's about, what's going on, and it's not, like, a strobe effect, which is a whole separate issue. Like, do you think that maybe some people can't watch those for some reason?
What a concept.
Not a concern for them.
It almost feels like we're waiting for someone to reinvent the wheel again. I feel like I'm gonna be that person for a little bit here.
Go ahead, be that guy.
The trailer for The Social Network 2010 is
Let's go.
I'm gonna fucking say it. It's a masterpiece. I'm sorry. It's so fucking good. And sometimes I watch it just to feel something. And the song that they use in it is incredible. And it was on my iPod being on replay the entirety of my high school and college experience. That was something where like that was trying something different at the beginning and trying to like, and not that formally audacious really, but trying something at the beginning where you're just like, I don't know what's happening here. What's happening here? Oh, I see. It's this. Where like the idea of being confused about, not confused, but like unsure about what we're getting into until like not in like the first few frames is something that I just don't feel like we're trusted with anymore. Like I mean, I feel like it's like Ben when you mentioned the DeLorean reveal, which is not something that's happened recently. I feel like in a movie trailer, but like if they were doing a Back to the Future remake, it's like how long is it going to be? How long can we edge our audience before we reveal the fucking DeLorean? And it's like, oh, this big reveal is happening. What are they looking at in this? It's the DeLorean. Like, we get it. Like, we know there's a DeLorean in Back to the Future. It's that where it's like, it's so beholden to what we're expected to see that there's no idea of just like, well, what if we just tried something that nobody's going to fucking expect? And I feel like you could get away with that. What if we don't show the car and we're like, actually, there's no car. And actually in this one, it's narrated by a dog. And that's the new Back to the Future.
Yeah,
by Einstein, you mean?
But I think it's one of those. It's
was a
similar
really bad
to
Doc Brown impression. Sorry.
Whatever.
You're forgiven.
Marty.
We've talked about before where I feel like a lot of times movies just aren't trusting their audience anymore, and that goes to trailers too, where it's like, which is the part of it is the like the CinemaSins deal. It's the when I looked up a trailer earlier and the right underneath was like, here's my movie review. It's the era of like I have to hand feed my audience everything about this movie because otherwise they're not gonna understand, or the implication doesn't work, or they're gonna like write reviews about my movie being like the ending was confusing. Be confused. Let yourself be confused. It's okay, Queen.
Yeah.
Relax. And trailers
it's
are
okay
like
to
that
let
too.
your
They're
audience.
like, how are they gonna understand that it's a Ghostbusters movie unless I hand feed them the fact that it's a Ghostbusters movie?
How do I whack them over the head? It's also like they're gonna know right away that it's a Ghostbusters movie because of the internets, and so how do I whack them repeatedly over the head with the fact that it's a Ghostbusters movie? I watched the Deadpool versus Wolverine trailer tonight, which I have not done.
It's happening.
I have not done this yet because, well, for the very simple reason that I have absolutely no interest in seeing the movie. And today I found out that Matthew McFadden is in it, which makes me very sad. But at least he's getting paid.
What's his deal? What's he doing?
I don't. He's a fat guy. He's British. I'm assuming.
Okay, well, there's two comics nerds here. Somebody look it up.
I'm on it. I was already on it.
I was literally wearing a Wolverine shirt yesterday, and you reminded me that there's a Deadpool versus Wolverine. I'm like, it's so sad that I, like, one, don't want to see it, and two, I'm, like, kind of disgusted by the concept of that.
Yeah. There's a line in it where they're having the conversation in the diner, and Deadpool is like, let's just skip ahead to the like third act emotional reveal or something like that. And I was like, fuck off, fuck you. I hate everything about this. It's trying to be like, oh no, we're as smart as you. We know what you're going to think. Which is, I mean, entirely the whole vibe behind like a lot of the Deadpool movie adaptations.
I was gonna say
like,
that's kind of a Deadpool thing, but there's a way to do it that doesn't feel so like blatant. That's a little bit like more light and like tongue in cheek, and not quite so like fourth wall breaking in a way that feels aggressive.
Well, and if it was 2005, I would be like, whoa! But the fact is that we live in 2024, and everything is like this now, including every single movie in this franchise.
Is no longer funny and interesting. It's every movie has that. Ben is making several different faces.
Yeah, I looked it up.
Yeah.
I'm not going to know who this character is, probably.
I might. I'm scared.
Whatever, this film's going to suck.
Okay, well, I knew that.
It's like barely worth discussing. I'm not even kidding.
I mean, I just want the name.
Oh, sure. Okay, so he's playing Paradox, who is the same character that Owen Wilson played in the Loki TV show.
Yeah.
So there's that.
I haven't seen that show. I didn't know that's what he was doing.
Yeah, so he basically just plays like he's like a guy that exists across the multiverse or whatever. So they're just leaning into, obviously, because they gotta fucking fold Deadpool into the MCU or whatever.
Right.
So that's what they're clearly doing, and I just think that sucks and that's bad. It's like not even, I'm getting angry. Like it's not even worth discussing. It's not interesting. I'm just mad.
Okay. We'll cut it off here. We'll bring you on for the next superhero episode we inevitably do. Where I
the one thing I asked for, more movies with Ryan Reynolds.
Literally, I'm like, I don't want to see his stupid fuck ass face. He's not my favorite Ryan.
This is the man I have beef with. This is what gets me so mad. If I may just go on a Ryan related tangent. This is what gets me so mad at people being like, but Ryan Gosling and Ryan Reynolds, they look the same. And I'm like, okay, if you have face blindness, that's fine. First of all, they don't. If they were equally talented people, I wouldn't be mad about this.
First of all, one of them is funny and one of them's not. So
one of them is a good actor and one of them isn't.
One of them is a good actor and one of them owns Mint Mobile. I don't know what's so hard to understand.
One of them is charismatic, one of them isn't.
Maddie, how
one of them was on Mickey Mouse Club, one of them isn't.
Maddie, how could you say that? He's also a respected sports team owner and he has a brand of gin.
Oh my god, I forgot. Which sports team does he own? Do you remember? It doesn't matter.
He co-owns it with fucking Rob from Always Sunny.
Of course, yeah.
His last name, despite being an Irish myself, I never remember how to say.
That's fair.
Rob
He's allowed.
Rob McKent.
I don't know.
Whatever. We love you, King. But yeah, no.
Ryan Gosling, if you're out there, you're my favorite Ryan. Nice guys too.
And then it's aviation brand, it's like aviation vodka or whatever it is.
Or whatever, yeah.
Aviation
which is actually
a
fine vodka that I used to drink when I was younger.
Putting money in the pockets of Ryan Reynolds.
It was probably before he bought it. I don't know.
It probably was. Instead, you can, of course,
more than the people who are willingly going to go see this movie.
Yeah, which is not me. So, the idea of watching it makes you want to throw up. Let's move on. Do we have anything positive to say about trailers?
I have plenty. Plenty.
Let's try that. Let's be
that.
Let's be posy. Let's bring a good vibe.
I was going to say you can also drink Casamigos tequila, which is George Clooney's tequila brand.
Let's keep listing brands of alcohol owned by actors?
Yeah, well, specifically, I was hoping we could discuss brands of alcohol owned by early 2000s actors.
Oh, okay, yeah.
An even nicher genre.
Okay.
What do we have to say that's positive? So
positive things about
trailers a masterpiece.
Positive things about trailers.
Beyond that.
So.
The Inception trailer is good, as I recall.
The what one?
Yeah.
The Inception trailer is pretty good. Speaking of Inception.
Inception trailer is great. I just watched it tonight. Great fucking trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah. They even put the silly little bit of Tom Hardy improv at the end of it, which is like perfect button to your trailer. It's like, wow, you didn't have to do that. Now you got the gay people coming to see the movie too. Well done.
You got them all. You got the full
You got them
bracket.
all. Gotta
All
catch
the
them all,
girls.
said Christopher Nolan's trailer editor.
Yeah.
Ash Ketchum. Anyway.
Yeah.
What else?
Touching on earlier, this is what I meant to say when I was looking up random
Now you
details.
and I are making the same pose. This is miserable. I'm
So I just made you. So I made a terrible joke, and I yes.
Touching on something you said earlier, and then I'll happily move on to more positive stuff. But when you were talking about, I guess just kind of when we were talking more about the franchise stuff and like hitting them over the head that it's like a Ghostbusters thing, something I have kind of tried to. This sounds very like self-centered, but not like self-centered to me, self-centered to the cultures that I run in, right? Because I am a nerdier person, and I surround myself with people who like obviously like care about these franchises and know the names of tertiary characters in the Indiana Jones franchise, right? That where I can say things like Marion Ravenwood and Sala, and everyone's like, yeah, the characters from Indiana Jones. And I try to remember that the average American film goer, or even the average American, does not know the side characters from Indiana Jones.
Are they not considered like primary characters in the Indiana Jones series?
No, Indiana Jones is. I think, I'm being dead serious, I think anyone who isn't the title character of Indiana Jones is a secondary character. That, like,
This is, once again, it's a bummer that this is a video... This is an audio-only medium, because the expressions Helen and I both just made.
Maddie, can I hit you with something maybe even scarier? And I know, look, I'm sorry, I don't want to shatter anyone's worldview, and you know that I obviously adore and respect the both of you, right?
Oh, no.
I think the average American doesn't know the name of Sam Neill's character in Jurassic Park.
They say it all the time!
No, I know. Well, I know we know. I think the average American just calls him that guy from Jurassic Park.
This is a... Does it ruin a joke to say this is a joke beforehand?
Go ahead.
Are you telling me that the average American does not know who Sam Neill is? Just overall, if I said the name Sam Neill, people would not know that he's the actor who's in Jurassic Park and Event Horizon?
No, yeah, I'm just saying I don't think the average film-going American memorizes all 6 bounty hunters that show up in Empire Strikes Back.
Now,
I know we do. I'm just saying the average person might not.
Well, that's y'all. That's a y'all problem. Question.
It's Forlom, Boba Fett, IG-88, Zuckuss. Oh, motherfucker. Dengar. Oh, motherfucker's number 5. Dengar, and finally, I already said Forlom. What's his name? Bask. There we go. That's all 6.
Well done.
That's even tight. What about the average Canadian filmgoer?
The average
American filmgoer.
No, the average Canadian filmgoer knows every character and actor named from Jurassic Park.
Oh, well.
They're like, oh yeah, Jeff Goldblum, who played Dr. Ian Malcolm.
Yeah, what's the guy named
Dr. Ian Malcolm? Muldoon.
Who is English, as we learned that one
we
time,
had
and I was like,
extended debate
oh,
over.
of course he is. Listening again,
Muldoon's first name I want to say is Robert. I actually now that I think about it, I can't tell you that.
Let's just pull older white guy names out of a hat. Robert.
Joke's on you, asshole. It's Robert Muldoon.
But the actor's name,
who's portrayed by Bob Peck.
Okay, there we go.
That's
so his
what
name
I was saying, is still Robert.
It still is Robert. Well done.
Oh wow.
Anyway,
huh.
Robert.
Anyway, no, I genuinely I think like that.
Yeah.
So I think that's why nostalgia marketing or whatever for those kind of trailers has to be so aggressive. And I think that's why they lean so heavily into, again, like the iconography of like a Proton Pack reveal or the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man or the big Jurassic Park gates or whatever. Or as something we noted when we were starting our kind of initial pre-recording talk, which is the ever-present trend of the slowed down franchise piano music.
Thank you so
which
much.
I think Jurassic World is the first time I ever noticed that. And you know what? I'll be honest. It got me. In the trailer for Jurassic World in 2014, I heard the slowed down... Da, da, da,
and I was the song that makes me cry every time because they do move in herds, and I'm like, yeah, they do move in herds.
Yeah,
and now,
it's a beautiful piece
10
of music.
years into that trend, I hear like slow-mo. Deo. And I'm like, don't stop it.
Okay. What's funny though, we do have to talk about
I'd rather die than watch this movie. Thank you, though.
We do have to talk about that because this trend is so like everywhere. There's a word for what I'm trying to say, but I've forgotten it.
Prolific.
So I'm going to say everywhere.
Aggressive.
Prevalent, something like that. That somebody, when they announced that they're doing a Beetlejuice remake, somebody on Twitter was like, if this motherfucking trailer opens, I'm paraphrasing, within like some kind of sad, like Lana Del Rey piano slowed down version of Deo, the Banana Boat song by Harry Belafonte, I'm gonna like trust me, that's how it's gonna open. I'm gonna be fucking lose it. Lo and behold, I have only seen the first 10 seconds of the Beetlejuice trailer because I just wanted to confirm. I opened that. It's Jenny Ortega riding her bike through the thing, and it's some female vocalist saying, Dale, slow down. And I was like, you mean the song? It's a comedy bit. Like, for the Jurassic Park thing, it actually makes sense.
Yeah, that's an evocative, emotional song.
It's an emotional song, an emotional
Even Circle
score.
of
This
Life
one is
makes
just
more sense.
Exactly, for the Mufasa trailer.
Unless you're doing it as a bit.
What are we doing?
Unless you sell it at the end as a bit successfully, which I can guarantee they don't. I haven't seen this trailer. I know dollars to donuts. It's not sold as a bit well.
I feel like I could, without knowing anything that happens in the movie and not seeing the trailer, I feel like I could storyboard it. Like, I also can't draw, and I feel like I could storyboard it.
That's when you know you're at the point where you're like, we need to go back to the drawing board, quite literally, and figure out what we have to do for these things. But if people are online actively going, this is how it's going to be, and then they're going to make fun of it when it comes out, unless that is your intention, I don't think that we're doing something correct here. Anyway,
and even then, like we said, like now they're doing too much of the aggressive, like, look, we're making a joke about our own thing, haha. That I'm like, this isn't funny anymore. Like I said, even if they were doing it as a bit, it wouldn't be funny because it's always a bit.
Yeah.
And it's never a good one.
My point also, by the way, in saying that, like, you have to remember that the audience, the target audience, or rather the potential audience for these projects, is so enormous that they have to go aggressively on these kind of nostalgia marketing campaigns because, like, people will recognize the Ghostbusters theme, obviously, even if you slow it down and all that. Is that I just think about how big our marketing environment is. Like, genuinely, how many brands, how much attention they're trying to pull, how many potential sets of eyes, how much everyone's fighting for space. And I think that leads to, just overall, I think that leads to a flattening of what marketing is, because everyone's competing for the exact same space with what they all consider to be like the silver bullet method of trailers or whatever. But which, again, as I mentioned earlier, that just desensitizes us to the silver bullet, and now it just doesn't work anymore. Which is why, like, all of these trailers, like, hit the same formula of, like, I'm sure you've noticed the thing where they show the hype shot, then that fades, then the trailer starts in earnest, because they know otherwise you'll just scroll away on TikTok or Instagram Reels before the trailer starts, before all the Sony Classic Pictures and 20th Century Fox, well, not anymore, 20th Century Fox logos disappear. You'll scroll away, which is why they, like, front load the big moment first, because it's just, I just think a lot about the attention economy and how they're all fighting for the same one mass demographic. And that just, I think that's just leading to a real, like, flattening of, like, it's why there's no variety in trailers.
Yeah.
And, which is why I think we've all kind of expressed, we just kind of don't watch them as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lean on reviews for what new movies I'm going to watch.
I wait till my friends watch them.
100%. I will sometimes, after I've seen a movie, I might go back and watch a trailer for a movie that I like. Just to kind of see what that was like.
Oh, sure.
But again, like, if I'm in a movie theater, like, so when I went to see Challengers, they played the trailer for Furiosa. And I was like, well, I was already going to see this, but this is an extremely good trailer. It makes me just want to watch it more. They also played the trailer for the new, now I have to look up the name of it. I think it's literally called The Bike Riders, which somebody in the theater was like, I had a feeling that's what this movie was going to be called after they showed it, which is the new
What's that
one
stupid
with like
meme
Austin.
that's like I rode my bike the other day. Bike rider. That's what.
Don't know
That's
what
what
you're
it made me
talking
think
about.
of. Oh,
But
well,
that's
I'll
basically what the
find an
trailer is.
example.
Um, this is like the Austin Butler and Tom Hardy, and Tom Hardy's doing a silly voice in it, and they're men and they're riding bikes, and there's like they're on their bikes, and you're like, wow, what is this movie going to be called? I wonder. And then they flash the trailer, and every single person in the audience burst out laughing because the trailer was called The Bike Riders. And I've heard that this one is actually like not that bad, mostly because of like Austin Butler's performance in it. It's worth watching because he's a rising star, and we like Austin Butler. He's Elvis. But it was also just kind of like, what is this movie? I don't know. Like I on one hand I do it is that style that I said I liked earlier. That's like I don't really know what this movie's about, but I also feel like it was leaning too heavily on the soppy drama part of trailers that I don't like, where it's like now what's worse is when you're hitting all the emotional beats that I'm gonna I'm gonna predict. Like, oh, here's the Oscar bait part of this trailer, where you're like, here's how these characters are gonna grow and change. Which even like I'm somebody who saw the Iron Claw and really liked it. I did feel like that sometimes with parts of the trailer for the Iron Claw. When I saw that, I was like, this is leaning a little bit too heavily into the weepy, sad family drama part of it, and the way that's like I can predict the emotional beats of this. I
Yeah.
couldn't, turns out, because that movie is fucking sadder than I thought, and they actually had to make it less sad than the real story, which is kind of freaking crazy. But you know what I mean? Like sometimes they do that with like family dramas and stuff like that, or like dramas in general. We're just like we're trying to showcase this person. We're going to show like what an actor they are, and it's like, and they're making a funny voice, and like Tom Hardy's there, and it's called The Bike Riders. And you're like, cool, great. Like the Challengers trailer when I saw that weeks before months before I went to go see it, all that the trailer told me was like there are three young actors in it that I really like. It's about
They're
tennis.
gonna kiss.
And they're gonna kiss, and it's sexy. That is all I need to know about it. That's all I need, and that is indeed pretty much all that happens in that movie is that they're sexy and it's tennis. Like that's all I need to know going into that movie. Perfect, great. Don't push it anymore, trying to make me feel like look at how important this movie is. Like I'll be the judge of that. I'll be the judge of that. Don't try and tell me that the movie is important. Like just try and show me the premise of your movie. And if it kicks ass, try and showcase the fact that it kicks ass. If you're Furiosa, which he did. But not every movie is Furiosa. Thank you, George. We want to talk about positive things about trailers before I go.
Yeah, I've got some.
I don't want to go to bed sad.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to roll this out sad.
I've got some, if I may.
Please.
So I'm realizing that as I was doing some kind of preliminary research, I was realizing that one of my favorite things to do in a trailer is when you show me something that actually isn't in the movie. I sent you all an example from the 1979 movie Real Life, starring Albert Brooks, starring and directed by Albert Brooks, which is just it's just a sketch. Like that's like 2 minutes long of him in the character that he's in the movie. What? In the character that he's playing in the movie, pitching you, the audience, on the movie, telling you it's in 3D, which is an abject lie. But it's just like he's just doing a bit. It's like he's just doing a commercial sketch, and it has nothing to do with it. But it's like intriguing enough that you may discern what the tone or idea is of the movie and may want to see it anyway. Hey, if you find this funny, you'll find the rest of the movie funny. And I don't think that's a thing people do anymore because, or studios do anymore, because the kind of relatable or giving you the extraneous material that isn't in the movie that shows maybe the relatability and chemistry of the actors is just what the press cycle is now.
Right.
The whole, interviews in hotel rooms where Chris Hemsworth and Anna Taylor. Oh my God.
Yeah,
you got
your 2 cents of the way there. Yeah.
where the stars of the your upcoming action movies interview like 100 film journalists in a row,
right?
etc. Like that's the side thing. And what I was thinking of is who used to do that great, other than Albert Brooks, and incidentally also kind of still Albert Brooks, is Pixar used to do those teaser spots like a year or two before the movie came out. That all they did was basically show you who the principal cast was, and like kind of hit you with the premise and mostly show off the world building and technical back when like CGI was really booming in the eras from like Toy Story to like WALL-E.
Yeah.
That first kind of big wave of like, oh my God, look how we render water now kind of stuff. Was just kind of like to flex technically. And then also just to like, show off the chemistry of the cast a little bit. And I'm thinking of, they did one for Bug's Life. They did one for Toy Story 2. They did one for Finding Nemo. And they did one for Monsters, Inc. off the top of my head. And
do you have Emperor's New Groove on DVD? Because
yes,
I think it's
I do.
That had that teaser trailer from Monsters Inc. on it, I believe, because it came out a year before Monsters Inc. I believe it was that DVD. So I have seen that teaser for Monsters Inc. multiple times because I watch through it every single time because it's so fucking funny. And it's just them doing a bit that is not in the movie, but it's a premise around what they do.
Yeah.
Yes, Ben.
It's just that some of us were paying attention in geography class while you were passing notes to Susie something. This is not Mongolia, is the joke.
Yeah.
And it starts with a very much a in the world style narration that's just like, kids have always known that monsters are under their beds, kind of whatever. And they do the same thing with like Finding Nemo, where it's like, hey, look, it's Albert Brooks and Ellen DeGeneres. That's where like the just keep swimming things comes from, and they show off the fish colony that makes up other fish colonies, and whatnot, and they just show off like an aspect of the movie in an original sketch. And I all of a sudden I remembered I had an intense fondness for that, and I think it's just it works as a way of like, again, just showing off here's what you're going to be in store for. But no, we're not telling you the premise of the movie. Like, we're not telling you the plot of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is truly a teaser.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's the, like, when we say, like, teaser versus trailer, I feel like that's often where I draw that line is, like, is this about the movie or in the movie, or is this giving me a hint of what I can expect for the movie itself without giving me an advertisement for the movie, necessarily?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Anyway, I just have a fondness for that. I wish they did that more, but obviously, like...
I think it works best for animated movies, I would probably say.
Oh, I bet.
Just because, like, it's so hard to do that kind of bit in a live-action way that doesn't feel like, well, why isn't this in the movie? Just because it's, like... I don't know why. I'm sure if I thought about it more, I'd be able to come up with a more cohesive reason. But my thought is mostly like, well, why isn't this just in the movie then? Whereas, like, I think it works better for movies that have an entirely separate world. Like, what works for Mad Max would not work for When Harry Met Sally. You know? I was thinking about this movie recently.
I mean, if they made rom-coms anymore, I'd love to see what the modern rom-com trailer would look like. Something else I was just watching the beginning of the Monsters Inc. trailer, because it's nostalgic for me, which is sad and nerdy and true.
I don't think so.
Not at all. Not even remotely.
Okay. Is that something else that's really funny about it is that it starts to set a certain tone of kind of like, ooh, mysterious monsters, maybe scary. Here's a door rattling, and then it abruptly changes as the door keeps rattling, and they take out a credit card to open the door, and the tone of the voice slightly changes. It's like, it's nothing personal. It's just their job. It changes immediately into a comedy thing, so there's an element of you're being caught off guard, and that's another thing with like the Social Network that I mentioned earlier, where it's like being able to like kind of God, and I hate this phrase, but I'm going to say it, subvert audience expectations, where you're not just giving away everything that everybody expects right away, and you're giving them the chance to be like, oh, I don't know about this. Like the idea that you would allow an audience member nowadays to have that feeling even for a second of, oh, I'm not sure about this, on the off chance that you might be able to pull them back in because you surprise them, which is kind of what the whole point of comedy and horror is like,
Sure.
I don't know about this. Oh, wait, I'm laughing. Is like, it's just so, I feel like it's so unheard of now where everyone has to know immediately right from the beginning what the movie is. We've already said 10, 30 times on this, and now it's turning into a negative thing again, even though we're talking about a positive thing. What am I doing? But you know what I
Well,
mean? Like,
I just think like film budgets are so high, and the marketing for film budgets is sometimes just as high. I just think there's so much writing on the success of these trailers that, of course, it has to be.
yeah.
It like again,
Well,
we can't have those moments of uncertainty because it has to work 100%
yeah.
from beginning to end.
Right.
Yeah.
Even if then that makes it so that these trailers work less, because that formula becomes less effective as time goes on.
Yeah, because it has to work, or else we're out $150 million.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is why I make podcasts.
I just kind of wonder like what the point of it is anymore. If it's just like if nobody's really watching them because they're not interesting to watch, then what's the point of even putting them in front of the movie when people do actually go and see your movie anymore?
Who knows?
Who knows? I do like the Curse of the
But
Black Pearl teaser trailer though,
mm,
which is absolutely nothing and kind of deranged. Where it just shows you several. They had like no footage to work with at all. Another one where they show you something that is not in the movie, really, where they just show you stock footage of the Caribbean, and then it like swift pans over like and zooms out over an island that looks like a skull, and you're like, sick.
sick.
Not in the film. Dope as
Oh,
hell.
this already kind of came up, but the original like Spider-Man 2002 trailer that featured the the Twin Towers. Also a classic. This is not actually in the movie trailer of the giant spider web that catches the helicopter flying between the Twin Towers.
Yeah, I wonder why they took that out.
Yeah,
Crazy.
can't imagine why.
I am a big fan of movie trailers for bad movies, specifically. I am a connoisseur of bad science fiction, mayhaps. So I've seen
you don't say.
trailers, like dumb trailers for dumb movies on some DVDs I have, like, multiple times. There are definitely times where I'm like, I'm gonna watch Doom, and then I say in the group chat, I forgot the trailer for fucking whatever is on my Doom DVD. And they're just, like, so absurd. You could tell the budget was, like, $5 for this trailer. They were like, we have to do something to get people to watch whatever. And I love it every time. They're ridiculous, they're charming, they clearly were like, we're just gonna, like, cut as much film together as we can to try and make this worth anything. And I'm like, I love it, I'm entertained. And once again, it's because I'm entertained by movies that are dumb and ridiculous. Once again, I own the Doom unrated cut. A movie that I can not very often convince people to watch with me, because it's Doom. But I think that makes them charming.
Yeah.
There's a lot of gore. I think I got my dad. I think my dad was like, yeah, I'll watch that. And I'm like, yes. Another one! But and so you have to be able to buy into the idea of like, well, if you like dumb movies, you'll like this kind of stuff. But there's something charming about like, this is not high production. I like it. I think that's great. I think we should maybe chill out on trailers and stop trying to make them their own movies, you know? This doesn't need to be prestige. Just tell me what's going on. Just tell me what's what. I'll love it. I'm not going online to tweet about how bad trailers are. I said that out loud and then realized people do that.
Oh,
Lots
quite
of
frequently.
People.
People
But
are
like
trailer
not,
critics, and I
like this
don't understand
trailer's
that.
where we spent half this episode talking about how bad trailers are, but I'm talking about like as in quality, like actual physical quality of film.
Yeah.
Not like this is not entertaining or interesting. I'm talking about like this looks like shit.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen that. Certain people.
Yeah.
Not often, but usually not
Could
about
be.
like bad movies like the ones that you're talking about. They're
Right.
talking like Oscar bait type trailers where
That's
like
fair.
they also clearly don't really have anything that they think will get anybody in the seats, so they're just like, I don't know, fucking this, and people are like, what is this?
Yeah.
What is this movie even about? Like, what is anything about this?
There's
It's
a
not
difference
interesting to look at, and
between
also I can't see it.
this is slapped together, but I still have an idea of what this movie's about. It just kind of looks dumb, like it looks just kind of like garbo, and what either one, you've told me way too much about this movie, or two, I don't know anything about this movie. Those are, you gotta find the middle point, and then have it be kind of like whatever. That's kind of the that's where we need to shoot.
Can I hit you with another another trend I like?
Yes.
Yes, please.
I was thinking about, again, the whole extraneous footage thing. And obviously I love it when it's like those sketches, like, again, the you know, hey, it's Billy Crystal and John Goodman, you know them. They're going to be in Monsters, Inc. Not to sing the high praises of Disney twice. But I have an intense fondness, and obviously you referenced this in the opening joke of this episode, the coming soon to own on VHS and DVD kind of trailers. Because the thing that I always liked that those things did, and made me interested in not just movies in general, but like filmmaking specifically as a kid, is the 90s Disney Renaissance trailers in which they would show the cast voicing their lines, often with those like half complete like pencils or whatever. And I am thinking very much of like the with Angela Lansbury as Mrs. Potts kind of stuff. Where it's like, oh, here they are in the booth, like, they're recording it. You know, we have the early pencils for Gaston. Isn't that fun? You know, and they would just like, again, very much lean into the, you know, from the people that brought you Aladdin and Beauty and the Beast comes a new magical tale kind of stuff. Jason Alexander, pour the wine and cut the cheese kind of stuff.
I'm having like, so many flashbacks right now.
I know. I mean, and Robin Williams returning as the genie kind of stuff. Yeah.
Literally, the Beauty and the Beast one that you mentioned, like, I can literally hear a guy in my voice singing Paige O'Hara. Plays voice as well. Like, I've definitely seen that trailer. If not for that, then like maybe it was Beauty and the Beast: The Enchanted Christmas, which less impressive, but possibly that same thing.
I just thought that was I thought that was always a fun way to incorporate like both halves of the pie, I guess.
Yeah.
Just to incorporate like, hey, for the kids and also the adults, you recognize Angela Lansbury, adults, and for kids, here's a teapot.
Yeah, I was watching an older trailer for The Lion King, like the original Lion King, on YouTube, and they're like, and our artists brought in, like they've advertised the fact in the trailer, like how they went and sketched actual lions to get that right for the movie, and they showed that footage of like the animators sketching the lions and stuff in the movie trailer, and you're like, dope.
I remember
like
that.
How often do they acknowledge that in any movie now that it's like, this is a movie that we made, look at how we made it. I think they were just like really impressed with the fact that they went and did that back then, and so they're like, and we did that, and you're like, yeah, that's very cool. I love lions.
I don't care about how Disney made fucking, what even was the most recent thing they made? I don't remember.
Wish.
What, the most recent Disney movie period?
Yeah.
They had Wish last year, and right. Inside Out 2 just came out.
Oh, it just came out?
Mm-hmm.
I made another one
or is about to. I don't know. Yeah, of course they did. Yeah. Everything's a franchise now, Maddie.
What was the...
There's no sequels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry, that sounded snippier than I meant, but like, of course they did.
Yeah.
Nicholas, cut it, just stop.
Like, nothing
Who's
is
seeing Wish?
No one has seen it.
Probably enough people, actually.
But
Disney's
it was
last
not a
well-reviewed
film.
Done well. Exactly.
So...
But it was up for Oscars.
Nope.
Wasn't it? So. Wasn't it up for at least like one thing? And it was... No, I remember. Never mind. I got
That's
confused.
How bad it was.
Yeah.
But, you know, not that it would have been surprising if it
That was the thing, is I was convinced that it would, even though it was bad.
Yeah.
Anyway,
positive.
I would love to see people at a fucking computer, like, watching them, like, do the CG and stuff for a good movie.
Mm-hmm. Even when they were like, we're releasing this movie from the Disney Vault, and as a kid, I was like, that's fake. That's a fake thing that you're doing to create a scarcity that doesn't exist.
Right.
Even though I didn't know what the word scarcity meant, but like I knew in my heart, I was like, that's not a real safe, right? They're like, here's the Little Mermaid that we're taking out of the Disney Vault, and I'm like, oh, this is a really dope ass trailer
Disney's
for a movie that I've already seen. The badly CGI'd, like, actual safe where they spin the wheels, like, we're taking Bambi out of the vault. And I was like, you've been keeping that baby boy in the vault?
He already lost his mother. What else can he lose?
What more can you take from him?
Get that boy out of there!
Pinocchio in a vault after everything he fucking went through.
Let him
Didn't he prove himself to you? Didn't he prove that he could be a real boy, and then you put him in a vault, never to be seen?
What about Dumbo? Get him out of there. Get Dumbo out of there.
And they had the audacity. That poor Dumbo. Now, talk about people who didn't deserve it. What the fuck?
What else? It's
he was a baby.
He was a baby.
Listen, and to take them out.
He got sold to a circus. Get these children out of the vault.
To take them out of the vault, and then to say, we're putting them back in, though, is so manipulative to the children who actually believed that there was a vault. Because they're like, Mom, you have to buy... I don't know what a Blu-ray is, Mom. I don't know what a DVD is, Mom. But you have to buy me the DVD.
We have to buy Bambi because we have to get him out of there.
Otherwise, they're going to put Bambi back in the vault. For 60 years. And 60 years, he might be dead.
He can
know how
be
long
dead.
Deer live. I don't know. Mom, get Bambi out of the vault.
We have to get him out of there. Baby is a hostage. We have to pay the price. They want a helicopter, and they want us to buy Bambi.
Now all of a sudden it's a Jack Ryan movie.
Oh,
now I'm recreating Die Hard. They want plane tickets out of the country, and they want us to buy Bambi.
Manipulative evil company.
I can't believe this.
Sorry, I'm watching, I linked it to the two of you. Obviously, I don't expect you to watch it now, but I am looking at this VHS capture of the 1991 promo for Beauty and the Beast, which contains Jeffrey Katzenberg with some hair still.
Wow.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Ben.
But yeah, it has these early pencil tests, and it has like all the animators in their like early 90s polo shirts walking around. In front of, again, these big, huge...
It says this video contains content from UMG who was faulted from display on this website or application, so now I have to go to YouTube.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's just Discord being stupid.
Anyway, they're standing in front of all their character sketches, and they're huge. They're these huge like matte paintings, whatever the equivalent of a matte painting for animation is. Probably still a matte painting, but you know what I mean.
I think so.
Not intended to be on a set, you know what I mean. Or whatever. And I don't know, maybe that's, I think it was like really important to like showcase the talent that goes into it, but and I think that's a way you could still grab my attention now, is show the process. The problem is the process is just kind of not as interesting now.
It's just interesting in a different way. I still want to see 3D animation. Fucking OPA, whatever the program is you're using. Let me watch them, like, build the model and move the model around. It's like,
sure.
That's great. I'd love to see that shit.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I maybe that's the way we fix things, is by kind of reintroducing the human element and reintroducing, like, the sincerity of, like, as corny as it may be, but like Jeffrey Katzenberg walking out and being like, we've been working on this movie.
Yeah, here's all of our dudes in a fucking bullpen sitting here on their computers. Mm-hmm. Yes, we do deeply underpay and overwork them. Anyway, please watch them make Wish 5.
There's footage of Glenn Keane in this. The guy who like animates Beast.
I love Glenn. Glenn.
The average movie viewer doesn't know who that is.
They don't, and they should.
God damn it! He's the man who animated Beast. He's also the man who animated Ariel.
That's correct.
Yes.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
And he was the main dude behind Tangled as well. When they revisited Tangled, and they were like, we want to bring a certain touch to this.
We have to get Tangled out of the vault.
I got you.
We have to get
we gotta get her out of there.
She's already in the tower.
I was gonna say that actually is the plot of Rapunzel.
Yeah, that is the plot of Tangled. Which, who is Rapunzel? I don't know her. I only know my best friend Tangled, featuring a character
from Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah,
from Kingdom Hearts 3. Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm starting to learn things about Kingdom Hearts now, so you can't.
I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay. We actually just finished our Monsters Inc. portion of Kingdom Hearts D&D game, but
technically, I don't think that counts.
we were in Monstropolis.
Let's discuss. Would Monsters Inc. count as a Kingdom Hearts?
Monsters Inc.?
Yeah.
It's in the third game.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right!
Our DM is very, very, very specific about what is featured in Kingdom Hearts and what is not. He would not put anything in that is not in Kingdom Hearts.
Okay,
so,
now to be fair, in the Interstitial podcast, they do say anything on my Disney, which is why Chris Angel is there, because his show is a Disney show. So, the lines are pretty thin.
This is true.
Especially these days. One of you guys could be playing Boba Fett.
Hey, it could happen.
It could happen.
I don't know how long we're going to be playing this game. I keep rolling like shit, so I don't know if I'm going to be alive for very long, but I could come back as Kit Fisto.
You could be Kit Fisto.
Star Wars fans are always like, hey, that's Kit Fisto.
Yeah.
Star Wars fans are always like, hey, do you know there's a character in this movie that's called Kit Fisto? I got to explain, listeners. Well, no,
I don't think the average American film watcher knows who Kid Fisto is.
I got to explain to somebody the concept of Elan Sleaze-Bogano the other day. I was like, you don't know about Elan Sleaze-Bogano from Attack of the Clones? And they were like, what the fuck are you talking about? I was like, the guy who tries
to sell the death sticks.
He tries to sell Obi-Wan death sticks to Attack of the Clones.
And then he goes home and he rethinks his life. Please, this is embarrassing.
Yeah, and he's played by the guy who plays Mouse from the Matrix. You don't know who I'm talking about, and his name is Sleaze-Bogano. That's his last name, and they're just like, you just said words that mean nothing to me.
But it's
and these are people
true.
Who have seen
it's
Star Wars.
On Wikipedia. It's
it
a
exists.
fact. They call the music they play in the bars is called. It's called jizz.
Okay. I just had a horrifying vision. Let's bring this back to trailers. I had a horrifying vision just now of a trailer that plays the cantina music from the original Star Wars, but the slowed down piano version of the cantina music.
Yeah. And it's got that gal from the remastered version who does the singing. But it is literally Lana Del Rey.
Yeah. And the movie Who Walks Into This Bar, but Elan Sleaze-Bogano.
I really didn't know what you were gonna say. That really took me out.
Surprise! It's the origin story that you were all waiting for, but never thought you would get. The spin-off of what happened to him that day. I realized I'm just describing that Robot Chicken sketch about the guy who gets his arm cut off in the bar who was an architect, but a full movie
I was going to say what happened to Boba Fett, and I realized they already made that show.
They already made that show. Anyway, that's coming to a theater near you.
Let's keep naming Star Wars things and then remembering that they already exist.
I mean, earlier when you were like the lady from the remaster, and I'm like, yeah, sliced noodles.
They exist, we know!
Audience member.
The average Star Wars viewer doesn't know who Wedge Antilles is. And I'm like, he's at least tertiary. He's not that far off. His name is said in the movies. We know his name if you watch the movies. He's there.
At risk of just getting into the Star Wars.
We have to finish this podcast episode. Do you guys have any final thoughts?
No, I just. Huh?
Ben, please.
I just. That's it. I just think the stakes are so high now because there's so much competition that everyone's trying the exact same thing, hoping it will work. Whereas I think nobody wants to take risk, but I think variation is how you get attention now. But nobody wants to take the risk necessary to do the variation, which is how we get either the Hans Zimmer womp 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 womp. Sorry, that's the reggaeton air horn.
The Inception horns. I know what you mean.
The Hans Zimmer Inception horns. You get the rapid cutting, or you get the slowed down piano version, and like that's just those are the 3 items on the menu. But unfortunately, it kind of feels like I'm going into a fancy restaurant and the only items on the menu are like chicken nuggets, a personal pizza, and fries.
And
like it's just like, you don't serve.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Can't get a salad.
Yeah.
It just kind of feels like, or I don't know if whatever, going to a fancy restaurant, the only menu items are just junk food.
Yeah.
And I don't think
bad junk food.
And I'm not trying to make like a time-based argument where I'm like, all movies now are bad and they were good when I was a kid.
No.
And I realize that's kind of how it sounds. I was like, no, I think marketing is just flattening because of the intense outside factors of competition and budget.
And as you mentioned earlier, attention culture and the internet, word of mouth, where like I think there's an assumption that a lot of people are going to know some things about a lot of these movies before they go in. And I think there's already an assumption that like there's information that you have, so we have to try to be either on your level in terms of like how much you know, or we have to try and be smarter than you. Like if in the case of like Deadpool versus Wolverine trailer, where it's like we all know what this is, like the second that we see a huge jacked man's face. So like we're not trying to like, since you know that and we know that, like we're not going to bother and try and make this interesting. We're just going to be like, and here's the 2 of them being annoying, and you're like, great. And like the only thing that was surprising to me in that trailer was like seeing Matthew McFadden's face and going, oh God, I know he went into this willingly, but get him out of there, pay him and get him out of there.
You have to get him out of the Disney vault.
I have to get Matthew McFadden out of the Disney vault. Free him. But that's it. That's all that was surprising to me. It's like, oh, there's that actor. Uh-oh.
I guess it's important also. Yeah. I guess it's also important to remember is that like trailers kind of feel like they're the battering ram for movie marketing now. They're like the huge, they just got to knock down the door. They got to make the first opening splash and they got to appeal to all people, like right off of the bat. The people who are like us, and then the people who, I'm sorry to even suggest this once again, but the people who don't think about Wolverine once a week.
Once a week is a low ball.
Yeah, all right. Fair
Horrifying.
enough. No, low ball's a different X-Men.
Fair point.
Folks. Anyway, sorry that.
Buckets.
But then I think like obviously these companies have figured out like to do the kind of more individual demographic marketing that comes through product endorsements, TikTok videos interviewing specific film journalists. There are people who only find out about movies from red carpet shows. You know, like there's all of those other kind of supplemental things about movie marketing appeal to the smaller demographics. And the trailer is just the big sledgehammer. There's the broad one, and then there's all the little tiny ones that appeal to freaks like us.
Yes.
Freaks who watch lore videos.
People who go onto Apple trailers for fun sometimes just to feel something.
People who get a bunch of trailers sent to them in the group channel and then they don't watch them.
People who saw Meet Joe Black in theaters so they could see the trailer for Phantom Menace.
Wow. That is a deep cut.
Rough.
You're welcome. That's the energy I bring to the show. See you next year.
All right.
Maddie, you should watch the Inception trailer because it's still very good.
I will.
I'm going to watch this. I'm going to finish watching the Stay Alive trailer. I started watching it and then I was like, I can't watch it while I'm recording because I need to be fully invested in this.
You really have to like give it your full attention.
Although I do want to say,
made you watch it yet or not.
I don't think you have, and
okay.
I do want to. You haven't, and I still want to. I do love the shot of them saying, "What is it? There are 100 million gamers in America."
Which again, I think maybe a low number, but for like 2005 or whatever, fair enough.
And then they say 1 in 4 is addicted, and I can't wait to find out what happens next, even though I know what happens next.
The funny part is that's not even like the gamer addiction part. Like, doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
They're not
they're being
getting
punished
killed
for their
because they're being
addiction to
addicted to
games.
gaming. They're getting killed because they die in a really hard game.
Yeah.
That's like getting killed every time you die in Dark Souls. Would wipe out half of America's population. Including me.
And that's why we keep Dark Souls in the Disney vault.
And that's why we keep Dark Souls in the Disney vault.
Mm-hmm. Where it belongs.
That's right. Keep Dark Souls in there.
Get Bambi out.
Get Bambi out, put in Dark Souls.
In a world where Dark Souls is in the Disney vault.
The Dark Souls of Disney is Bambi. I don't think I have anything else super intelligent to add that I haven't already said. It's interesting.
Yeah.
I will say my other thought is, like, the older trailers, obviously there are trends in there that I don't like and I think haven't aged very well, or, like, you know, the older we've talked about, like, yeah, I mean, older trailers also had issues. All of them had the voiceover, which, like, we see with the nostalgia of, like, oh, the voiceover. But watching now as an adult, I'm like, I kind of wish the voiceover would stop so I could pay attention to what's happening in the movie. Or, like, actually understand, like, what's going on. I don't need someone telling me what's happening in the trailer. You know, it's just that, it's just a different trend that I also don't like, and I think is, like, getting more intense. Like, the other thing was, like, annoying. This is, like, I'm not watching these, is the difference. Yeah. So, yeah.
Oh, I also largely don't. I also largely don't fuck with, like, pre-60s trailers either.
Yeah.
I don't think they quite have the rhythm there yet.
No.
They will figure it out in like 10 years, but back then, not quite.
My concluding thought is that I did watch the Criterion Channel has some trailers available to watch, some old trailers, and they do have the trailer for Blood Simple. What I really love about the Blood Simple trailer is that if you didn't know that Joel Cohen was a what was his job on the Evil Dead? Was he what did he do on the set of the first Evil Dead movie?
I'm
trying to remember if he was he helped with the editing. He edited the shed sequence. And watching the Blood Simple trailer, you're like, oh, right. No, this makes a complete and total sense because this movie reminds me of the Evil Dead. And it's not a horror movie ish. It's not really. It's just, a thriller. But I loved watching that. It's a very intense, like, there's some very intense, like, stuff that happens in it. But it's not the Evil Dead. But I do like watching the influences of these things on that. I think it was a good trailer. That was the 80s. We're figuring stuff out. I think all trailers should be more like Blood Simple. That's my concluding thought.
There you go.
And the Social Network.
Point seconded. Everyone should go watch Blood Simple.
There we go.
Yes, that's another concluding thought. Yeah.
Emmett Walsh is in it. May you rest in peace.
We love Emmett Walsh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well.
All right, the council has made their final points. We are in agreement. And with that concluded... Yeah. Thanks for hanging out with us here on Steeple the Movies from the Infinity Break Network. Check out infinitybreak.net for more awesome content, and come chat with us on the Infinity Break Discord. You can find it at bit.ly/I Infinity T Talk. You can also shoot us an email at sneeplethemovies@gmail.com if you got a subject you want to hear us talk about, a movie you think we absolutely need to see, or have some movie trailer YouTube links to share. Our Oscar-worthy music was done by Johnny Ronaldo. You can find at Johnny Ronaldo on Twitter, not X. And our glorious Technicolor logo was designed by Bethany Luthold. Check her out at bleilaniart.wixsite.com. If you enjoyed listening, please leave us a review on iTunes and share the show with your friends, your enemies, and your partners in crime. As always, thank you for listening, and we'll see you at the movies.